Hello, everyone. I recently participated in something known as an iron test. This is a prompt that I really enjoyed, and I thought that I would record and post it for you guys. So, the theme is ripples, and there's a secondary theme where you just can't seem to keep your focus. And the way I'd like to start this is by asking you to go ahead and close your eyes. I love to start off with a little visualization, and I feel like that might work the best here. So, now that you're comfy and your eyes are closed, I'd like you to go ahead and visualize just the world around you, maybe walking in the woods or a forest, and it has just recently started to rain or previously rained. As you're walking, you notice a puddle, and as interesting and curious as you are, you walk towards the puddle, fully intending to make ripples across it by stepping in it. And this puddle is by no means deep. So go ahead and take a few steps and watch the ripples as they ripple across this oh so delightful looking puddle. And imagine with me for a second that you were on a tiny little boat in the middle of all of those ripples, just following along with them, going up and going down, feeling the waves as you ride on this boat, noticing each ripple has a sort of rhythm. You go up, 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 and then the boat goes down, down, down again. And it's this almost continuous pattern where the ripples bring you up, 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 and then down, down, down. And this pattern continues going up and down and up and down. And before long, you can't get too distracted now. What if, instead of just making one stream of ripples, you stepped in the puddle more and made more ripples? Go ahead, take a few more steps, and notice how the ripples kind of collide. Your small little boat spinning just a little bit as you go up and up and up again. And you notice how some of the ripples seem to collide with each other. And you seem to be up, up, up. But as soon as that wave crashes into you, you go down and down and down. And another wave lifts you up and up and up and up and up and up as the waves go into each other. And then you go down and down and down, and the wave crashes over you, flipping your boat, sending you spiraling down, knowing you're so very safe, so very calm, so very relaxed as you spiral down into the waves, allowing them to take you deeper than you previously thought, allowing yourself to sink and relax. And before you know it, your boat rights itself, and you're pulled from the depths up once again. And yet, you still don't quite feel all the way up, because you're not. At this point in time, you've started to notice that as you go up and down and up and down, you may slightly start to feel fractionated. All of your thoughts are just jumbling together anyway. So, what if we go ahead and move on? Go ahead and step past this puddle and notice another puddle. This one may be smaller than the other one, but it seems to hold a little more depth. You go ahead and make those ripples as you step across it, noticing how these ripples do indeed seem to be a little taller, a little more in depth, one could say. And you notice, as you once again imagine that you're on a tiny boat among these waves, as you get pulled upward even higher than before. In fact, up, 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 even higher than you once were. But of course, this comes with a toll, for as high as you go up, you must equally come all the way down, like that. For it seems as many times as you go up and down and up and down this time, you're almost gathering a sense of debt, where the first puddle held up and down ripples. This one does as well, but because you previously were on smaller ripples, there was a very small accumulation of thought debt. For you see, each ripple takes a thought, and you remember exactly how many ripples there were among the first puddle. So many ripples taking so many thoughts. And now you're in need of thoughts. And of course I have thoughts to offer. But of course, that would put you in debt, wouldn't it? So the more waves you go up and down on, the more thoughts you gather, but the more thoughts you lose. You see, it's this almost never-ending ripple effect of you going up and down and up and down. And what's this? Remember how you took a few more steps and the waves crashed into each other in the other puddle? You're almost losing focus on what you're trying to think, aren't you? That's okay. Go ahead and focus on this puddle, on what would happen if you took a few more steps in this one. Of course you notice the waves going up and down, per usual. But this time when the waves crash together, they pull you down. They flip your ship. And you're down, so very deep, spiraling beneath the waves once again. So very safe, so very comfy, so very relaxed, just floating, just drifting, just sinking down like that. Doing absolutely wonderful. You're doing so perfect. Just sinking like that. And, of course, I offer you a few thoughts. Maybe just one even. And you notice that your ship rights itself. You get pulled up and up and up by this thought that I have to offer you. And the waves stop for a moment as you stop stepping across the puddle. What kind of thought could I possibly be offering you? Very curious thought indeed. So you take the note, you flip it over to see exactly what thought I have just given you. And before you can even really process what's happening, you read exactly what is written. And what could possibly be written on this note of the thought that I just gave you, but go deeper down. Isn't that incredible? You thought you gained a thought so powerful it could pull you up. And there are thoughts like that. But this thought did the exact opposite. It pulled you down so very deep. Deeper than the waves, deeper than the ripples. In fact, for as long as you've been listening to my voice, you've been pulled down. Did you know that? Well, now you do. And now that you know that, each and every word that I say can pull you a little bit deeper as you drift downward even further. But I feel like that's enough depth for now. So, of course, you can start to come up a little bit. Maybe I'll offer a couple of your own thoughts. I'll offer that you start to come up and up and up. But remember, go ahead and step a few more steps into that puddle. Notice the ripples, this time, have formed a sort of spiral. Your poor boat is subject to that spiral. And without getting dizzy, you begin to spiral around and around and around and around. And each and every ripple that's given off by the spiral just takes another one of your thoughts, and another thought, and another thought. After all, I was kind enough to give you thoughts back, but only for the debt to increase tenfold. Go down, go down, Go down. Go down. There you go. Drifting and sinking. Just like that. You're doing absolutely wonderful, just as you were before. Just spinning and swirling, letting your mind take you wherever I lead. Just like that. And of course, the spiraling waves and the up and down will let go of you eventually, and you will be able to fully come up with all of your own thoughts. But keep in mind the debt that has occurred, how deep you went, how much the ripples affected you, and how much plummeting down each and every wave just took you so very deep, just like that. And in a moment, I will go ahead and count from 1 to 10. But as you continue to swirl around and around and around, you just can't quite keep your focus on one thing. Your mind wandering to the thoughts of the first puddle and of the second puddle. And what if you just go to a third puddle? All of the sensations, the memories, the thoughts of going up and down, just all kind of trying to steal your focus all at once. But it's okay, because we're going to go on to the third puddle. And as you send ripples across this one, it's almost a peacefulness that you can't quite explain. Each ripple is perfectly even, perfectly soft. It's as though you're going down a lazy river. There's a few bumps, a few up and downs, but overall it's a very smooth and simple ride. And your boat just very gently starts to flow across these ripples. You're going up and very slightly down, so you're gaining thoughts one by one, very slowly, keeping the notes and the focus and the thoughts about all of the things you've experienced today. And of course, you could always visit this again if you'd like. But for now, let's go ahead and start to come up, shall we? 1. No longer in thought debt. Going up to 2, noticing your own thoughts really starting to come back now. Going up to 3, going up to 4, you're almost halfway there. You can start to notice the room that you're in, coming back into focus. From 4 up to 5, you are halfway there now, maybe starting to stir a little bit. Going up to 6, maybe stretching, maybe blinking, you're almost all the way up. Going up to 7, almost there. Up to 8, noticing that you have your own thoughts and starting to let that fuzzy feeling fade a little bit. From 8 up to 9, almost totally awake and back in your own room. And go ahead and take a nice deep breath in for me. Perfect. And 10, wide awake. Just like that. Go ahead and take as much time as you need to fully come all the way awake and aware. Thank you so much for listening today.